Today we're going to talk about how to change a filter on a Translas ClearO2 vacuum unit. First we come to the back of the unit and we undo the knob that screws onto the door. Carefully remove this, take two hands and remove the door panel. Now that we've removed the back door and exposed the filter area, we now need to take a wrench to undo the nut on the back of the filter plate to start to remove this filter. So now I'm going to take my adjustable wrench and I'm going to undo the nut. As I undo this nut, it releases the pressure on this plate that's holding the filter in place. Now we take the two hands to support the filter and we're going to turn the filter counterclockwise slightly and then slowly remove it from the machine. Now we have removed the filter, we can see inside the cabinet very cleanly. This is the piece that spins around with the compressed air that pushes the dirt off the filter into the tray. And here we have the two lugs, whereby when we install the filter we have to lock the back plate into those lugs so that it sits correctly. We also have here inside the machine a filter pressure sensor switch, which is activated when the filter is installed. Here I have taken a brand new filter out of the box. It's in good condition, I've visually checked it. It's important to note here that you have the filter the right way round. The back of the filter has the lugs in the stamping, and here is the seal. This is the side that needs to go into the machine first. Here we have the pleats, and here we have the front of the filter with the seal on here. We slide the filter in and we want to line up the lugs so that we turn it clockwise and lock it in. It's now locked into all three lugs, as well as pressing on the filter switch. Now I take the end cap and I screw this back onto the filter. I do this while holding the filter still with one hand locked into position until it becomes tight, and then I center it onto the gasket. I check that it's still in position, it's locked into the lugs, it's touching the filter switch, and now I take the wrench and tighten the nut. It's important that this nut is very tight. Now that we have installed the filter, we've checked it, it's in good position, it's locked into the lugs, it's connected to the filter switch, the cap is on tight. We now take the door panel, we do a check that the gasket seal is still okay around the panel here, and we will install this back onto the machine. The points to think about through this filter change are that we install the filter correctly. It's important that the filter locks into the lugs. It's important that it also touches the back of the panel with the filter switch. It's important that the cap is on correctly and that the nut is tight. All of these things can affect the filter switch the airflow could be leaking around the seal if it's not done correctly. And lastly, with the panel on the back, if the nut is not tight, we can sometimes see the panel stick out, leaving a gap around the outside of the machine, also compromising airflow. Once all these steps have been taken into place correctly, we have a correct filter installation.